right, here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the round 33 recap of the Game Shuffle. Round 33 rounds. That's kind of crazy. But let's get into it. We'll start with the worst, go to the best, and starting with number 7. It was in 6th last time. It is now back to 7th, where it's been pretty much the entire time. It's been a game. And that is Riku Replica 1 from Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Now, I will say that this is a pretty big step up. I enjoyed this one actually quite a bit. I would rather play any other game any other time. This was actually, I got it pretty quickly too, which is nice. Got through it. I think that also helped. It only took me 30 minutes, 52 seconds. And part of that was actually me going back and getting all this, kind of the different treasure rooms that I missed. That was the big thing I want to try to do from now on, is try to do the treasure rooms. So I missed that, and went back to do those. That's what was honestly the majority of our time. It only took me 10 minutes to be Riku. Because I only died 4 times. So that was kind of okay. Riku Replica fight is pretty... It's one of the better... It's definitely one of the better ones that I've done so far. Riku as a character is just really interesting, and fighting him is always really good. So I like that a lot. The next one we're going to Neverland next with Captain Hook. That's pretty awesome. And then we'll have another fight with Riku Replica. And then we're going to have another one later. It's a lot of Riku Replicas, actually. But that's still really exciting that we get to keep moving in this game. We're making some progress on it. We're making some progress. So we're going to keep moving on that. In 6th place, and this was first last time, and it went from first all the way to 6th. And if you don't remember why, and that is because this is the Arachnus X section for Metroid Fusion. Previous one was Mother Brain, which we finished Super Metroid, and it comes all the way down here. And the biggest reason for this, I thought the Arachnus fight was pretty basic. It's not a bad fight at all, by all means, but it's just very much it only had 3 attacks, rolls at you, shoots a blue thing, and puts fire at the ground. That's all it did. I can't say I did amazing at the fight, but I did do, semi-well. And it's just, it was such a short segment. I was getting into it. I was enjoying the story a lot. It was all right, this is really interesting. Where are we going to go with this? I only got to play for 19 minutes. 19 minutes, 30 seconds, and the whole segment was over. And that was just, I was sad, man. I really did want to keep going. And we just weren't able to. So we are going to, there you go. The next segment for this will be the Elephant Bird. Which I don't know what that is, but it sounds interesting. Elephant Bird. This is probably the game, out of all of the games I'm playing right now, this is the game I know the least, with the exception of Celeste. So Celeste in this, no idea, but Celeste I'm pretty familiar with at this point. I know what to expect. Elephant Bird, I have no idea what that means, man. With Metroid, it could mean anything. That's pretty exciting, though. Next up, we have, in 5th place, last time it was in 3rd, so it's dropping down a couple spots. And that is the Chapter 8 B-side of Celeste. That took me an hour and a half, hour 37:03, with 722 deaths, which is quite a bit. This is a cool one. I think it's more of... I don't think this is necessarily... I did have that kind of got frustrated at the start, had to take a break, had to come back to it. I think more than anything else, though, it's just... having a little bit of Celeste fatigue, first of all. But also, I'm just kind of... just not caring as much. Not caring as much right now. I'm just tired of Celeste a little bit. I'm ready to move on. And I'll announce what I'm doing next soon. Because I'm very excited for the next game, what I'm playing next. So we'll get there. So next we're moving on to Chapter 1 C-Sides. We're going Chapter 8 B-Side to Chapter 1 C-Side. So we have another 9 levels to go. I'm just pretty fatigued. It's just a long game, and I'm ready to move on. Number 4. Last time it was in 5th. So it's moving up 1 spot to number 4, and that is the Rooftops of Athens and the Temple of the Oracle from God of War. The OG God of War, baby. We are in the heat of it. I enjoyed this one a lot. I enjoyed traversing along. We got the Power of Zeus, which is pretty cool. This took us an hour 18:39, 6 deaths, and a lot of that was from those guys that come along the ground. They go around the ground, and they'll scoop out, and then they'll hit again. And it took me a little bit to just figure them out. I think my biggest issue with this is I just don't like. I didn't like this one as much story wise. There wasn't as much story wise here, honestly. And I really like story in my games, things like that. Also, also a big sucker for boss fights. So if neither of those are there, it's just not going to be as high. That's pretty much it. The roof towers part was pretty cool. The temple, where you're trying to like quickly traverse around and get her, I like that. The only problem is the Oracle is super annoying. Kratos, help me, Kratos! I found that pretty annoying. But other than that, it wasn't too bad. Not too bad. Let's see what is next. What's next? Moving up to third place. This was in 7th. This is moving up to 3rd. To give you an idea, it is the Tower of Spirits 1 segment from Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. And so it was previously, we had finished Triforce Heroes. Was finally done with Triforce Heroes. I'm very excited. And like, I don't know if it was just my lack of not playing good Zeldas last like 8 or 9 rounds or whatever. But man, does it feel good to be back in regular old Zelda. I'm so happy to be back to regular old Zelda. Tower of Spirits 1, cool puzzles, interesting story. Like Zelda has no body. Chancellor Cole is an evil dude. Who would have thunk? Also, this is the first one we've been able to stream, and that's super exciting for me too. I'm really, really, really happy we were able to do that. This took us an hour 8:10. No deaths or anything, but we're next moving on. I'm pretty sure it's the Forest Temple, and we get to fight Stagnox, which I remember that one. I think we get the Whirlwind. Will be pretty good time. Pretty good time there. I'm excited to get back to Zelda. It's been ranking low on all these lists for a hot minute, man. It's been a while. It has been a while. I'm generally curious how long it's been. Last time we had a one we enjoyed was round 24, so it's been 8 rounds. 8 rounds of not much fun. Moving up, 2nd place. 2nd place, this was in 2nd last time. It's in 2nd again, which is it's on a hot streak right now. That's because I love me some bosses. This is the Valukar segment from Golden Sun, The Lost Age. I actually thought, going into it, I was doing the Sentinel section. And so I went to Yempi Desert Cave and everything, and I did all of that, and I got to the boss, I was like, that's Valukar. That's not Sentinel. Thankfully, our strategy is pretty set in stone. But we were fine. I really enjoyed the puzzles of Yempi Desert Cave. The entire thing was kind of a maze, and like the actual dungeon was a puzzle. The Jin thing, where it's like you have to use halt and then scoop, I thought that was pretty awesome. I enjoyed all the pushing puzzles. I was really like confused by one of them, and I don't know why I was, because it's not super complicated. But there was one you could just see my face like, what's going on? And I figured it out really easily, and it just felt like I was missing something. But that was interesting. Valukar, his whole thing is he would steal your gem and use them, steal your gen and use them against you, which is a really cool concept. And but we definitely made work of that, because there'd be moments where he would like summon, like he would get like 5 of them set, and it was like, all right, guess I'm gonna use an entire meteor, and it was like that was easy. But I thought this was such a cool fight, man. I really did. I thought it was great. I'm curious where I ranked it. I feel like it's okay, good to know. Pretty high, ranked it pretty high. And so number 1, so this was in 4th last time, moving up to 1st, and that is Destroy. I wrote Destory here. Let me fix that. Destroy the missile launcher and assault on Panessa Studios from Arkham Knight. This took me 4, 25, 35, and 10 deaths. So this was a really long section. If this was just the first section with Destroy the missile launcher, this would have ranked way lower. Probably like 5th, right? 5th or 6th. But I did so much extra stuff this segment. I almost did like all the Founders Riddler trophies. I'm over 50% done with the Riddler at this point already, which is just absurd, honestly. It's just a lot. It's a lot to do. I mean, like the first part was just the radar and everything. It was fine. It was fine. the Assault on Podesta Studios, where you get in, you have like checking out Harley and everything, and it's just the Jason Todd stuff. The story, including Jason Todd, is spectacular. It's so well done. You're pretty clear. You have a pretty good idea who the Arkham Knight is already. But man, did that hit hard. I almost felt like crying. I try to keep pushing, and then you have to just, I'm Batman, and then like you have these just really heart wrenching moments. That moment where, just any of the Jason moments, the moment where you find out that Henry is the person, like it's literally just one of the Jokers, and he's been fooling you the whole time. That moment hits hard, and then the moment where you push Robin in the cell and that whole thing, that's great too. That's the reasons number one is the story. And then it's not going to end here because the next parts are the Cloudburst and defending Ivy's plants in the next few segments. So that's going to hit even harder. Man, it's going to be a rough time, but it's going to be good. Oh man, I don't know if I'm ready, to be honest. It's only, so yeah, there is the recap of round 33. Be ready for round 34. Could be coming soon. Could be waiting a while. I'm not really sure at the moment how far away we are, but stay tuned and we'll get there. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. Appreciate it.